Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's review, we're going to be taking a look at ToeJam Earl Back in the Groove. Now, for me personally, this is one of those games that you play when you're younger, and when you're older, you remember a game, you remember the gameplay at least a little bit, but you can't remember the name of that game, and this is one of those games. This was originally released, or not this specific one, but ToeJam Earl was originally released for the Genesis, so I was quite young. And now, after a long time, we're getting the fourth entry on we're getting it on multiple platforms. We're even getting it on the Switch, which is kind of nice, and I actually recommend getting this game on the Switch. It's definitely the most chill, because this is an incredibly chill game. This was originally announced back in 2015, but they run into a few troubles, and now it's finally getting released the 1st of March 2019. Now, what ToeJam Earl is, it's something very different from most of the games that we're seeing these days, in a way that it's true to the original, meaning it is really like how ToeJam Earl was at the start. It hasn't changed much. They didn't want to just change it into something that it isn't, just to sell more or anything like that. This is really what ToeJam Earl is supposed to be, and this is what you would expect if you lived all the way back in the Genesis age, if there was going to be a fourth ToeJam Earl. Now, if we want to compare it to anything or genre of games these days, we'd probably have to say it is a roguelike dungeon crawler. Now, there is a fixed kind of adventure mode where you simply basically the objective of the game is to collect 10 airship parts to get back to your home world. But you obviously get the randomized mode once you do complete the fixed mode, which is more like a tutorial, though there is a tutorial. But this game basically gets all its life from the randomizer mode, which kind of makes it a roguelike. Though it's a bit of a different roguelike, because more than these fast-paced action roguelike games where you're just like slashing away all the time, this is just such a chill game. There is no combat in this game. There's not really enemies in this game. It's just a complete chill game. The music is incredibly well done. It kind of reminds me of those beats that you listen to for studying or working or drinking your hot cocoa, whatever the hell you want to listen to those groovy moves. But it just works so well with the laid-back characters and the game in general, the world. The graphics are just a really modern kind of version of what the original was, and it just looks really good, like with the music and everything. Now, obviously, this is not a game for everybody. Like I said, there's no combat. There isn't really enemies, and you just walk around just so relaxed and so chilled. It's not really hard to die, but it's not like easy to die if you're, because you're walking. There's not like any fast-paced dodging or decisions to take or anything like that. So I don't think this game is for everybody, but I'm happy that they stuck to like the original formula and not just try and sell a game that they didn't really want to make. So props for that. Now, the way this game works, each level can possibly contain a piece of your ship. Once you get 10, you're out of there and you are done. Obviously, not all the levels contain air pieces, but in these levels, we are going to find an elevator, which will take us to the next level. We're already going to find some fake elevators as well. We're going to find some mini games, more NPCs that will give us mini games, even just a random sushi bar. Like, everything you see has a purpose. Even a lot of the trees and stuff you can shake and get presents or money or XP out of. Most of the humans in this game are the closest thing you will find to enemies, though you just simply have to hide behind a flower and they will leave you alone. But even that, there's quite a different loaded type of enemies. There's like the typical fanboys that really like you and you just knock you over. There's the angry gardener people. There's just a ton of different NPCs in this game. And then you've got your good NPCs. You've got like Gandhi, where you can just float about with him for no apparent reason. You've got like this typical nerdy squad playing a role-played game. Nothing wrong with a role-played game. They're incredibly fun, actually. I can be a nerd as well. You can play with them, you can bet money with them, you can roll a dice, you can buy some sushi, you can dance. Got this little mini game where you can just dance. Like, it's kind of like a roguelike, but you're not rushing to get to the next level. You just want to just chill around and see what NPCs there are, see what mini games there are. It's just an incredibly chill game, and I like it, like, especially after playing a lot of the fast-paced action games these days. It's just nice to just sit here, especially if you're playing on the Switch. You're just maybe laying in bed and you're just walking around listening to its chill beats, playing dice. I don't know. It's really chill. Like, I cannot stop specifying how chill this game is, and to be honest, I think that's the reason why it's not for everybody. Like, I got a feeling that a lot of people could probably get bored of this if they're not in the right mood to play. I think you have to be in a very specific mood, maybe chilling on the bed with your Switch, or you don't want to concentrate much on a game. You just want to, chill. And there's not really, like, obviously this is like still an indie game, and there's not really much more to say about it. It's literally just that. Obviously, like every rogue game, it can be quite short. You can probably complete the 10 parts of the ship in hour and a half, 2 hours at most, and then start again. And then you've got your presents, where they're the main items you collect. Maybe like you never see what the presents do unless you like pay money to a certain NPC to reveal what a present does. But you can obviously use them anyway. Sometimes they're bad things. Sometimes like it'll turn the lights out and you gotta go around a torch. Sometimes you'll get some money. Sometimes it's just different things. Like, it's just a true roguelike in that aspect. It's also obviously worth mentioning that this game does have co-op, online and offline, and it's definitely a nice feeling when you've got some friends that just want to chill at the same time and play a roguelike with you. And like I said, it's such a chill game. I think that's probably, apart from its biggest upside, it's probably its biggest downside, because I think you've got to be a very specific person, or at least in a very specific mood, like maybe laying on your bed with the Switch. You can't be bothered to think much and you just want to chill. Like, I think that's the only time you'll probably really want to play this game. Obviously that's a good thing, because I'm pretty much always in this mood anyway, and I absolutely love it. But there's not really much more to it. Like, there's a lot to this game, but there's no action, there's no fast pace, there's no enemies, there's no there's mystery, but there's no intense moments like, oh my god, what's going to happen next kind of thing. It's just also slow paced, chill, just walk around talking to different NPCs. There's just so much to do, but everything in the game is so chill. So I think that's like the only reason you wouldn't like this game, if you're just looking for fast paced action. But if you do have a Switch especially, or maybe even a PS4 or whatever, and you just want to chill, or like if you find yourself in that mood quite often, then I would 100% get this game, because it's absolutely great. So it's kind of hard to give a score to this type of game because it's such a specific game, but I'd probably give it like a 7.5 out of 10, because when you just want to chill, this game is absolutely probably the most perfect game that ever existed, to be honest. And yeah, guys, ToeJam Earl Back in the Groove is available the 1st of March 2019 for the Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully it's helpful. If it was, please go like and subscribe. Remember, you can support the channel more directly by joining as a member below, and we'll see you next time, guys.